Welcome to Growth Happens in the Dirt, a journey through brain injury recovery and the science of healing. Chapter 12, Part 1. At the end of life, what really matters is not what we bought, but what we built. Not what we got, but what we shared. Not our competence, but our character. And not our success, but our significance. Live a life that matters. Live a life of love. Unknown. Rebuilding a new future. We decided to take a family holiday away from rehab appointments without anyone else. My husband and the children needed to connect again and experience what life was like before all of this. It was a game changer for reconnection. When we returned, I had firmly decided that I wanted our marriage to work. My friend had been living with us for nearly 6 months, and she had been an incredible support during my darkest times. What I realized, though, was that as my support, she was also my confidant, which incited hatred toward my husband. She would often say, "Leave him, let's move in together." For the first part of my rehabilitation, this seemed like a valid option as I was blaming all my pain on my husband. After the holiday, I was no longer willing to enter any negativity about him. I was the hedgehog. As a result, my tolerance for her being in our home waned quickly. I knew she had been incredible, yet her staying was now a roadblock to my full recovery. Our friendship went downhill. My only reasoning was that she had been the major support for me when Simon wasn't around, and now that I was hedgehogging Simon, I wasn't giving our friendship the attention it once had. I just couldn't. I only had enough in my cup for my health and my family. My friend moved out, and my rehab continued to get stronger and stronger with my family day by day. I'm sure in many ways I hurt her, and I'm forever grateful for her support and love. But I couldn't heal my marriage and still have the option to use the husband as a kickbag. I had to go in boots at all or not at all. I love him. And I had to go through this dark night of the soul with my marriage intact. I stayed off the caffeine, continued the meditation, started to do more in my day, and generally felt better. I was protecting my peace, and anyone who compromised it was disconnected from my life. Friends. Many TBI sufferers talk about losing friends. Whether it's a filter issue or emotional regulation, the main problem is a lack of understanding about how your brain has changed. Humans are complex, but have you ever stopped to notice that a lot of interactions are negative? And maybe whinging about life, commenting on the news, or exchanging drama. The adult dynamic, especially the female one, is rife with connecting through negativity. It's a different story from being a child where friendship is based on play. To heal, it is important to have people in your circle that, 1, understand the symptoms of a brain injury so they know when you need to rest. 2, understand that when you say something or don't want to connect, it is not about them. 3, come to the table with positivity and leave gossip at the gate. 4, know your attention span is reduced and keep visits to a short time frame. If you can cope with only 10 minutes at this stage, they respect your brain and don't sit for hours. 5, learn the trigger traffic light system so they have empathy for your choices of socialization. And the trigger traffic light is in the book, that is available on Amazon. Tools create safety. A quote that has stayed with me since my rehabilitation, then viewing my son's journey, is, if you want to make the world a better place, make people feel safe. Reflecting on how unsafe I felt during my recovery, how when I yelled at my husband, friends, and children, I made them feel unsafe. The guilt that followed the anger made me feel unsafe again. Would they still like me? Would they still love me? Am I worthy? This experience taught me to really try to feel safe myself and make others feel safe. We can accept someone as they are because that negative emotion is often a sign they feel unsafe. How can you create safety in your life? Or a better word may be certainty. It's one of the major human needs. Like non-negotiables, we can start to cultivate daily habits that anchor you and those you love into their body to create safety. Ask yourself and encourage those you love to ask themselves these questions. 1, what calms me down? 2, what makes me feel good? 3, what activities make me smile? 4, what activity feels easy and enjoyable? Tools. Vulnerability. Be cautious of who enters your circle. In the first stages of your recovery, you may be extremely vulnerable, not only emotionally, but physically. It is exceptionally important to have people around you that you trust. Do not allow anyone to influence you to make life decisions, take up your brain space if they are negative, encourage them to give you money or possessions, control your life to their benefit. Try to keep your inner circle, including carers, to a group of people who are positive and focused on your recovery. If you feel at any time that a person is there for their own benefit or maybe trying to get you to make life-changing decisions, always get a second opinion on their behavior. Tools. Losing humans. The AA, Alcoholics Anonymous maxim, what others think of me is none of my business, is a gift for brain injury. You have changed, and this may cause upset for some. Real friends will stay, fair weather friends will go. It becomes a natural filter for those who truly care for you. Worrying about what other people think about you is indeed a complete waste of your brain space. If you don't want to socialize, don't. If you don't want to engage in small talk, don't. You don't have to fill space. There are plenty of people who are comfortable being quiet. So learn to protect your brain and set boundaries around conversation. Those that gossip and talk negatively will drag you down. Guard your brain from those types of humans. For me, joining a church was the first step back into socializing in groups larger than 2 people. Yet, the sojourn was about parallel play versus intense interaction. Like being a child again, I started to find things I enjoyed doing and found other humans who liked doing the same things. You may find it helpful as you heal that you could join a community group, volunteer, re-engage a new hobby, or pick up an old one. Tools. The natural filter. Not being able to display most of the normal social graces can be an issue with brain injuries. It is though we cannot act human anymore, so often the filter may come off. We may say inappropriate things which offend. We may have little to share in filling conversations, and some days we don't want to participate at all. Know that you may be different, but you're not broken. This filter creates a net for those who love you to stay in, and like gold panning, the rest of the dirt falls away. Be you, be authentic, and keep going. Tools: the relationship with yourself. This journey is a heart one, not just a head one. Things that help me: cry when you need to. Crying helps to release stress from the body. Acknowledge that there is a natural grieving process after the brain injury. You've lost who you were. The stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, but not necessarily in that order, and they can repeat many times over. Understand you are not broken. You are different, but you are not unusable. Everyone has something to offer, and you can find a new path. Set your boundaries firmly with other people so that when you are feeling unwell, you take time out. Otherwise, you may spill emotion onto them, and it's better to be brave at the beginning. Celebrate your small wins. Do the rehab and become obsessed with helping your brain. Take one day at a time. This too shall pass. A bad day can be offset with some rest and a healthy meal. Create tent pegs for your day. Find 3 things that will anchor you. Mine were exercise, meditation, and nutrition, and they still are. Don't blame others for your symptoms. If you are angry, sad, out of control, or overwhelmed, take it as a sign that you need a brain break. Nobody is doing it to you, and they are on your team. Thank you for listening to Growth Happens in the Dirt. I really hope that this helps you or your family in some way. The book is now available on Amazon, in Kindle, and in paperback. And I wish you well with your healing.